Hey everybody, Lord Magicus. It's me, everybody's favorite. I hope I'm your favorite anyway. I mean, if I'm not, then what are you doing with your life, really? But no, we're playing more Simic Merfolk today, so it's time to go and try some more fishes. Now, we're gonna experiment a little bit with Deeproot Pilgrimage, and yeah, I want to play it with Mothdust Changeling. So we're going to play like the same kind of shell that we've been playing here with Simic. And I think that this is going to work. We're staying with our Spell Pierce and we're going to keep really low to the ground. So I cut Tricksters from this list entirely. I'm decided that I'm just going to try to beat them by having a bigger board than them. So the same idea applies. We're trying to go very aggro. So in order to make this work, we cut the Speakers and we cut the Tricksters. We added Pilgrimage and Mothdust Changeling. This is a Changeling Merfolk. It is, yeah, because it is still technically a one-drop Merfolk, but its effect is basically the reason that when people play Kumena in this kind of list. Lets you tap all of your Merfolks individually, so that way you can trigger Pilgrimage with every non-token Merfolk you have. And it gets flying for doing it, which, I mean, it's not irrelevant. It means we have a creature that actually can block something with flying for a change, so matters. It could. Really, it's just a 1/1 that means that every turn, if we can't attack with something for whatever reason, we can still turn them sideways and make a bajillion tokens with Pilgrimage with this. So curves out really nicely with this, and then it adds to our 1-drop, so keeps the curve nice and low, and then we back it up by just playing a whole bunch of Lords with it. And that's basically how this works. We're hoping to counter everything with Hexcatcher and Pilgrimage, making a bajillion tokens, and just kill them before the creatures matter. And then if they're playing a bunch of creatures we care about, we'll bring in Dismembers and maybe pick your poison. But we're trying to win combat without having Trickster, so we're going to see if that works. But that's the plan. So here we go. Give this bad boy a try in this league. All right. Let's join. Mikachu, I think, is probably... He's doing really well with the modern challenge today. I don't know if he made the top 8 or not, but it's really close, so... Okay, he is going to make the top 8 of this, so yeah. Merfolk in the top 8 of the challenge today, because Mikachu's on it, so... And his list today is a mono blue one, so... It's got an entirely different strategy from what we're doing. Which is good, because it shows that different builds of this are viable. That's always nice. So, alright, we are on the draw. I guess we have to keep this. It's not, like, perfect, but... They mulled a 6. I mean, Spell Pierce could be good. Let's see. Oh, let me... I know, Twitch chat. There we go. Forest, pass? Interesting. Alright, there's a lot of things that could be. Um... Hmm. I feel like I'm actually going to keep the Spell Pierce up this turn, and if they don't do anything, I'll just play, like, Changeling next turn. This is too suspicious. Like, there's too many decks where I think this Spell Pierce is going to be really good to use it right now. Oh, fuck, this is living in. Okay. Well, the good news is the Spell Pierce is still relevant, so... Hmm. Okay. Yeah, they're not going to do anything here. So, I can just play Hexcatcher on their turn. I mean, that's fine. I could also just play Tideshaper and keep up this Pierce. Now, I think I'm supposed to play Hexcatcher because I need to do this before. Like, if they have Subtlety, they have Subtlety, but I'm not really beating a Subtlety right now. You know what? I'm thinking about this, actually. I don't like this. I should do this definitely on their upkeep. Because they wouldn't have 2 mana here, and then they can't, like, they could theoretically, like, Petty Theft this right now. It wouldn't be great. It would only get them 1 guy, but, like, they could, like, clear the way with a Petty Theft. But I think they're just going to cast, or they're just going to cycle more stuff, yeah. But, I mean, from here, like, we're in a pretty good spot. Cenote Scout is very good, too. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I guess I could, like, if I could just play a creature and force them to do this right now. Uh, um, hmm. So if I attack, like, I would have to burn the Spell Pierce, but probably gonna have to anyway. The thing is, if I play, like, a creature here and then they don't do anything with it, like, then I can always throw away the creature and counter it, so it's probably worth doing that. I don't know that I want to Tideshaper their thing. I'm gonna play the Cenote Scout. They can't Mystical Dispute it with it, like, and yeah, this should be okay. Um, do I want another Tideshaper? Probably not. I think I want more Lords. Alright. This gives me another thing to throw away if I need to. Depending what they get, like, I might also just Tideshaper the Steam Vents, like, next turn. Stomping Ground, okay. I'll probably go after the Stomping Ground. Okay, well, I guess it doesn't really matter now. Curator of Mysteries, I see. Yeah, they're going on the hardcast plan now. All right. Yeah, this is why I didn't want another Tideshaper on top. I want an Island Walk Lord. There we go. Like, how do we lose from here? Island Walk is just going to kill them. I don't even... Yeah, I'm probably not going to use the... yeah, that's okay. Merfolk. I guess we're only really worried about Subtlety. But I mean, it's hard to imagine they're going to win from here. Like, Living End is never going to resolve. We have Island Walk. Yeah, the Lord's in play. They're tapped out. Like, we have a Spell Pierce as backup. Yeah, like, I don't know what they're going to do here. They have nothing. Alright. Good. Excellent. Chalice. Yes, please. And this is probably not a good pilgrimage match, actually. So let's take that out. I think we want Subtlety. Like, there's going to be a lot of times where we just need to, like, force something to resolve, so... And take out a Changeling. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think the rest of this matters, so we'll just do that. We want Subtlety, I think, mostly for their Subtlety. Or if, to protect Chalice, if, you know, if they go for it with Grief, then I think we need it. But this is good. We lead the match. Living End. I mean, Spell Pierce is really good in here. And it's great that we didn't have to show them the Pierce, too. The Hexcatcher was just enough on its own. Opponent is still taking their time figuring things out. If you want to watch the replay of this, you can find my YouTube channel on my link tree here, which is, I just put that in the chat. So, yeah, we're absolutely keeping this. We have everything we could want here. We have something to do on turn 1. We have Hexcatcher, Spell Pierce to back it up. So we can easily go Tideshaper into Hexcatcher into Spell Pierce and probably win this game. We can lead off with the Cavern because they may have Mystical Dispute, so... They have Mold to 6, so that's good. Alright, what are we doing here? The only thing we gotta watch out for is, like, Grief. Okay. No Grief? Good. Excellent. And I mean, everything they search for is an island. That's actually not bad. I don't really need it to curb here, though. But I'm going to play it. Because if we do draw more fish, then it, like, frees up our Spell Pierce later in the game, so... yeah, it's probably fine. It means we also now don't have to play the Hexcatcher right away, because we can wait to use Vial with it. And that means we can hold up the Spell Pierce as a backup. Oh, see, look, this is fine. I don't really care about this. They're wasting this on my Vial, which is not necessary to my hand here at all, instead of actually using it for, like, a Chalice or something instead. If they have an island, it's fine. I don't want to risk trying to mana screw them here and not having the Spell Pierce backup. Like, there's a very high chance they'll just play another, like, fetch land anyway, so... Yeah, see they have a steam vent here. I mean, guess this could be Outburst. Oh, that's also really good. Okay. Um, let's see if they do it here. I don't think they will. I mean, I don't really care if they do. You're gonna get back Foundation Breaker in that, like... I mean, they still can't actually, like, do it again next turn. Like, Shardless Agent isn't really enough right now. That is fucking fantastic. I think I just play the Mistbinder and then use Spell Pierce again. Like, I could keep up Tidebinder plus Spell Pierce. That's fine too, probably. All right. You can just I can attack for 4. Like, this is okay. I can always flash in the Tidebinder next turn. So, like, if they don't, yeah, if they don't like do anything here, it just seems incredibly likely to me that a Living End is going to resolve from here. So, you're not doing anything here. That's good. Upkeep. I think I can play the Breeding Pool and still have the Tidebinder up. Sure. My life is not really relevant right now. See if I can bait something out of them. Because if they're sitting on, like, Mystical Dispute, then, like, that doesn't really bother me. Flames? Um... It's just gonna kill the Hexcatcher. I have an interesting choice here. Like, I could just let them kill this thing. I still have, like, Spell Pierce and Tidebinder up. That means I only get to attack for 3. I mean, that's probably fine. Sure. They go to 5. Like, we have them dead on board, and we have Tidebinder to kill them, so... Sure. What do you got, opponent? You are dead on board here unless you do something. Like, even playing a Curator is not enough because I can flash in Tidebinder. Nothing? Alright, we win the match. There we go! We fucking 2-0'd Living End. That was easy. Hope all of her matches are like that. Alright, there we go. We win the die roll. We are on the play, and this hand is actually fine. We have lands. We're going to curve out. We're good. Start with the Sanctum. We don't need to tip our hand with Cavern in turn 1. Like, you never know. Maybe they're going to hold up, like, Spell Snare or something. It's possible that it could be, like, Murktide holding up Spell Snare, and, you know, you don't need to tell them that Cavern of Souls is going to ruin their life. Mothdust Changeling. Yes, I don't really want to be drawing that here. I want a 3rd land, actually, so I can curve into this Tidebinder. Do. Alright, Rainforest. What are we doing with this? Mill? What the fuck? Oh, are we up against Dredge? Like, or is this like Crabvine or something? What the fuck? Okay. Alright, well, I guess... When in doubt, beat face. The cool thing is they gave us Island Walk, so it should work. Okay. I don't like the looks of that. Alright, well, hopefully we're just going to win before whatever they're doing comes to fruition, so... I mean, they're at 5, so probably, like, seems likely. Okay, I'm not really sure what this is all about. Like, they can get the Amalgam back with this, but This definitely looks like a deck where we may want to bring in Pick Your Poison to make them get rid of this card. Because, yeah. Okay, but they're just actually dead, right? This doesn't do anything. Okay. Alright, so... Interesting. So, whoops. I gotta actually... I'm not sure what all is going on with this deck, so... let's see if I can get an idea of what this deck list looks like. Uh, okay, so it looks like it is a version of Dread. No, well, maybe. Okay. What about Modern? Do we have a list for this? Oh, whoops. Okay, well yeah, this seems who the hell knows? I have like no idea what's going on with this deck, so we're just gonna have to wing it. Alright. I feel like we probably still want this card. And I'm not sure if Pilgrimage is where we want to be for this either. I can't tell. Something tells me that Spell Pierce might be relevant. Okay, I really don't know what's this is, so I'm just gonna hope for the best. We're on the draw again, so the Spell Pierce, if they play Roots, is not going to be the worst. This isn't like a great hand, though. I would still probably prefer to have a 1-drop, but I'm going to keep it. I'll just play Waterlogged Grove so they don't necessarily know that I have anything. Hedron Crab. I'll play the Scalding Tarn. Alright, it's not really what I wanted to draw here, but... Okay, so this does look like maybe some kind of Crabvine deck. Come on, play the Roots. Just play it so I can Spell Pierce it and make me look really, really small. Or really smart, sorry. That's not great. I think I'm just gonna play Cenote Scout here. They saw me draw the Sanctum, so I'm just gonna play the Sanctum. No blocks. This is not that kind of match. The Lurgoyf, okay. I mean, he's small at the moment, but... I guess attack. This is how this goes. Maybe I'll play Waterlogged Grove next turn, and then I might crack it if they don't do anything. Alright, well, that's a good enough thing to use this on, so... No, I'm not... What? I'm winning this race right now. Why are you attacking me? That doesn't make sense. Uh... Tide Shaper on top? Yes, please. No, fuck, I wanted Island Walk. Why did I do that? Alright. Alright, well, whatever. That was so bad. Like, I should not, I meant to keep it on top, and I messed up which one was yes and no. Maybe they'll think that I have it anyway. They only have one blocker, so, like, this isn't, I don't know, it's not the end of the world yet. Like, it has to block Cenote Scout at the moment, and they just take 9. Oh, okay. Sure. Alright, well, we weren't going to have Island Walk anyway. Oh, good. He's like, good game. Okay. I mean, I always wait until the game is actually over, just do that, but I guess he realizes that he's basically sunk. Sure. He's like, ah, it's a non-game. Okay, well, that sounds like it's a little bit salty, so. Alright. Alright, well, we have a flying creature now, so that's also cool. It's alright, opponent. Be salty if you want. Alright, win the match. Alright, cool. Well, there we go. That's 2 in a row. That was a really interesting, like, it was, yeah, like some sort of crab vine thing, so. Alright, we're on a tear. Nobody's even here to see it this time, either. Ah, this is a really interesting hand here. Uh... Okay, so I could keep it. So we're on the draw again. We also have Cenote Scout, so I could go try to go scout and find the land that way. But we're really dependent on it, so. Dark Slick Shores. What the fuck deck even plays that? Alright, well, we gotta find the land. I'm putting anything that's not a land into the bin here, so... Alright, well, we found a land. Alright, good. Excellent. So our hand's going to work now. Now we can cast anything we need to. Oh, I just realized it's starting to get dark in this room, and so now the room is starting to become a Dark Slick Shores. Oh, this is Mill, I think? It has to be, right? Like, I don't know what else it would be. Oboro and Dark Slick. I mean, I think I could just hold up like Pierce. No, I could just play 2 Tide Shapers, actually. Like, that's also possible. Then next turn I play like a Mistbinder and then hold up Pierce with it. Because they like need to play islands, right? So I don't think that we're in any real concern here. The only thing that sucks is if they have like Orcish Bowmasters. Okay. So given that they used a Fatal Push. You know what, I'm gonna kick the Tide Shaper. We'll see if they don't have another black source, possibly. Make it a little bit harder for them. Close this. We gotta fix the lighting here for a second. Tasha's? Oh, that's gonna hurt. Well, we only lost 17 cards. It's like not the end of the world, so it is definitely Mill. That's good. Yeah, and I think here I'm just gonna play 2 more 1-drops. Oops. Yeah, I don't really need that right now. Okay. I'm pretty much just spell piercing anything this turn. Yeah, like that. So we also want to find Hexcatcher on top here, or another land so we can play 2 lords, maybe, so. Hexcatcher I think would be the best. Okay. Actually might not play this Mothdust here. I'm gonna attack the, like, I have lethal in 2 turns anyway, so if they like board wipe, I would really prefer to have more stuff to rebuild with. So I'm not gonna play Mothdust. Yeah, then I can follow it up with that and Master if need be. I don't know how exactly they would get to that this turn, but pretend there's some way they could. Like, if all they have is Fatal Push and they use it on Mistbinder, then Master just wins anyway, so I don't really see the point to playing the Changeling. Thus, we don't need to tell them about it. Okay, a crab is not going to do it. I have Island Walk. You don't know that I do, but I do. Okay. That's also going to make it a little bit weird, because again, if you have Fatal Push, it doesn't, like, you need 2 Fatal Pushes now. And you've already used 1, so I don't know how likely that is. Field of Ruin, my Cavern of Souls. Okay. This is still not going to work. Your last two cards like Subtlety and nothing. Alright, we win. Okay. I'm not sure if Tidebinder does anything relevant against Mill. I'm gonna actually look at the deck list for a minute. It's been a while since we've played against it, so I definitely haven't played against it since I've adopted Tidebinder. I guess it counters cycling the Fractured Sanity, but like it's only 4 cards. Sometimes they might have a Jace. I guess it can turn off the crabs. That's not irrelevant. But it's almost better to just have the Dismembers though. We definitely don't want Deeproot Pilgrimage, I don't think. It doesn't feel like those are necessary at all. Chalice on 1 is not bad, but I don't know, like, it's not necessary either. Like, just bring in Dismembers, and, like, Subtlety's also, like, not really that important, so this is probably okay. They're just bringing in stuff like sideboard sweepers, I think. Maybe things like Extinction Event, it looks like. I mean, Ensnaring Bridge could also be a thing, so, like, pick your poison is, like, almost relevant if they do that. Hmm. I don't think that there's any other, like, artifacts or enchantments. Like, I guess explosives is also a thing that they could have. They're probably going to use it right away if they do. Yeah, I think that this is probably just fine. So far, so good. I guess this hand is okay. Like, it does the thing that we need to do to curve out, I think, so. You start with, like, Cenote into, like, probably just 2 more 1-drops. Tidebinder. I don't think I really need Tidebinder here. Like, I want creatures, but, like, the same time, I also really want, like, I would much prefer to find, like, a Dismember or a Spell Pierce instead, so. Well, yeah, those 3 cards were not helping us, but. Or, like, more Lords, I think would still be better. Like, that's pretty good here. Sure. I don't know how that helps you, but alright. We're going to have Island Walk already because they played an island, so just play another 2/2. Yeah, I guess we're just hoping they don't have Ensnaring Bridge. EE on 1 is not great. But it makes us look a little bit smarter for not playing the Changeling, so... But I mean, they probably just have to use it right now, so... Alright. Tidebinder would have came a little bit late for that anyway. That's fine. Alright, 4 cards, and they gotta be, like, good, right? Like, you haven't really done a whole lot against me yet, so... Okay, so maybe a Fatal Push? Like, that's realistically the best you can hope for right now. Yeah, okay. We just need to not draw more lands, that's it. Alright, that's actually really good here. Alright, what are we going to find here? Spell Pierce, I don't know that it's gonna matter. Like I don't really want Spell Pierce at the moment. I want another Lord way more than I want creatures at this point. Like it's not countering a Fatal Push now. And we're still very far away from dying, so okay. Well, that's 20 cards, but they're theoretically on like 2 turns. That's excellent. That's exactly what we were hoping for. Because now, like, a sweeper's not going to be enough. They're on a 2-turn clock. We found Hexcatcher. Yeah, we're protected, so... I can throw away 2 creatures to Hexcatcher if I need to. Better not cast Damnation, boy. It's not going to work out for you. Tasha's is not going to work out either. I hate to tell you. Neither is Explosives. Like, yeah, your options are really bad. So, these are enough to win here, so... Okay, we win the match. 3-0 the dream, baby. Today we are on easy mode. Still really haven't gotten to use Pilgrimage at all, but we're just out here cleaning up, so it's fine with me. Easy life. Take all their money. Still really hoping that we get to see some play at a Pilgrimage, though, because that's what I want to see out of this list. Like, I already believe in the aggro shell of this, but I want to see if Pilgrimage and Changeling are actually worth playing in here. So we're giving up Trickster for that, so we'll have to see. Come on, MTGO. Where are we at? Why don't we have another opponent yet? Let's go. There's 1,000 active players. There's got to be somebody ready, right? Oh, we got one. All right, here we go. We're on the draw again. Oh my god, why are we on the draw so much today? All right, fine, whatever. We won all the other games in the draw. We can win this one too. That's not going to stop us. Oh, hold on a second. I forgot that when I changed the lighting, I did not change. We're up against Gigantha, so I gotta adjust the white balance here. All right, there we go. Now we look like a person again. All right, excellent. What are you looking at? Cenote Scout into Deeproot. Yeah, sure. That's fine. Let's go. They've mulled to 6. And I mean, if it's Tron, we have Hexcatcher and Tidebinder at least, so there is that. Oh, no, fuck. We're up against the Leyline nonsense. Okay, well, if they have it, they have it. Like, if you mulligan to fucking Draco and, like, this thing, then what am I supposed to do? This is the regular zoo version, though, so it's possible they might not have it. Okay, there's a very good chance I have to let Ragavan attack me. Alright, whatever. I'm not even gonna bother with this. Like, it's not gonna fucking come together. Like, I have no interaction for that at all, and it's definitely going to defeat me, so. Not worth the time. This is... I don't know that I want Pilgrimage here. I think I do want Subtlety. I think I do want Dismember, actually, so get rid of the Changeling. I don't think Tidebinder is very good either, so we'll do it like this. They're attacking with too many keys. They mulligan to the combo, so they had the Leyline and the Draco. But it's not going to work for them again, hopefully, so we have the interactive cards for this. Yeah, we're going to keep this. Do it again, boy. I fucking dare you. Alright. Scout is just looking for another land. Alright, excellent. Good job, Scout. They don't have a Leyline, so... Okay. I'm not going to attack here. I'll just block the Ragavan. Then maybe next turn, it depends what they do. I mean, probably should play the Vial. Is it Kavu? No, just another Ragavan? Okay. Doesn't seem very good. Yeah, I guess I just play a Lord. They gave me free island walk, so I will attack and take it. I feel like if they had a lightning bolt, they might have used it that turn instead of playing another Ragavan. I don't even know that I'm going to block it now. Like, it doesn't seem worth it. Oh, I forgot. I should have played the Vial. Whoops, this is not an instant, so... No, I'm not going to block here. I'm winning the race at the moment, so... yeah, casting Hexcatcher is not going to help you. The risk of that, like, blocking and then them bolting the Mistbinder is just too high. They have Helix, it looks like. Or Tribal Flames, okay. You want to cast it, you have to crack this first, so... Just another Nicadal? Okay. Well, this is a pretty good spot to be in, I would say. We just have to not die to a burn spell, basically. So if we're at 8, like... If they have, like, Tribal Flames, you know, we're effectively at 8. We could just block their creatures. I could just... Could block Ragavan, and then even if they kill one of my lords... I won't have lethal, though. That's the only thing that sucks, so... I probably do have to, like, block the Nicadals. So they are attacking for 8. So if they have another Tribal Flames and they attack with everything, I have to block or I die, so... Okay. What does this mean? If they had Tribal Flames, they would attack with, I think, I think they would have just, like, either used it to kill a creature or they would have hit me in the face with everything. This is an interesting play. Does this mean, like, they're only attacking for 5? I don't think that 5 is enough for me to care. See, they're at 7, and right now I am attacking them for enough island walk. If they only have a lightning bolt, it doesn't matter. Pick your poison is not going to do anything to me, so they get to see that I have it, so... There you go. Do they have that? Do they have that and a bolt? Okay, well, I could not beat them having that and a bolt. That was just insane. So there was no play pattern that was gonna defeat both of those things. Because, like, if I block, then, like, the alternative is, like, okay, then they just start they kill off my creatures and with the bolt. So I don't actually have any good way of trying to win the game then. Yeah, blocking means that I can't kill them on my turn, and that their board is still then very threatening to me the following turn. So They needed to have exactly both of those things in order to get there, and they did. So, sure, fine, fine. But I mean, I feel like if they had that, they should have attacked with everything. Like, I feel like there's no reason to leave the Nacadal back in that case. If you know that you're just going to Tribal Flames me anyway. I don't know. I mean, we got like fucking comboed the first game and just yeah, they rolled us with removal. So all right, still not getting to test what we're trying to test here, but I guess we're gonna keep this. So that would have been a match where probably Trickster would have been a little bit better. So worth noting. Lord of Atlantis, no, that's fine there. I think we're probably just gonna play Scout and Changeling, and then actually no, I don't know. It depends what it like. Okay. This looks like this might be another like living end deck, possibly. And if it is, we probably don't want to put too much stuff in the graveyard. I don't know. It could be rhinos as well. I think I'm gonna play another Cenote Scout in the Changeling just because it'll if it is rhinos, it'll put more pressure on them, and it will get us to more lands so we can curve out better. I am not, however, going to play the island here. Because it is possible we have to worry about Mystical Dispute. I'm going to play the Tide Shaper because it is not going to get destroyed by a Fire and Ice, so... If they play Crashing Footfalls, then I just play like Lord of Atlantis and then attack them for way more than they're attacking me for. And hopefully draw another land and then just follow it up with 2 more Lords and then they're dead. Alright, what are we doing here? It looks like rhinos. Yeah, okay. You have... Sure, that doesn't really matter to me. I feel like it would have been better to do this in my turn so you have backup force. Okay. Get Merfolked. We're gonna play 2 more Lords next turn, so... They are very dead. Like... They're not attacking me for 20 damage this turn, that's for sure. Like, I don't know, like, how much removal they could possibly have, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Seems very unlikely. The best they could do is, yeah, they can kill maybe, like, 2 things, probably. I guess they could have Fire and Ice now and kill off these 2. But, I mean, they're still, like, not winning the race if they're doing that, so... They'd have to go to 6 to do that, and I'm attacking them for 8. So yeah, that doesn't seem like that's winning. I guess yeah, ice is not going to be enough either, right? So I have way more attackers. Oh, the balls of this man! Okay, sure. Attack me for 10. Okay. So I just want to look at this for a second. Oh yeah, I'm screenshotting this just in case because I want to make sure that, yeah, just make sure that we send the message. Yeah, okay. Okay, hold on. I just, yeah, I want to look at this list of stuff here. So they do have subtleties in here. Tishana's Tidebinders, Murktide, yeah, Dismember, good to know. Uh, Fire and Ice, yeah. Flames of Anor. Yep, I mean, all the stuff you would expect, so sure, it's fine. There is gemstone caverns to be concerned about, so, but that's fine. All right. Yeah, we just want Chalice and probably just subtleties. Yeah, again, not really a pilgrimage match. And probably not a Mothdust Changeling one either. Alright, that's it. That's what we're rolling with here. Subtlety mostly just for their own subtleties. Because if we, like, throw in Hexcatcher or something, we really want it to stick, so... And I guess this is another match where Trickster would probably be better than Pilgrimage. But yeah, I mean, this is fine, right? This curves the way we need it to. They mulled to 6. Okay, cool. All right. Try to find stuff. Hexcatcher. No. We want that card. I want to threaten them with it and then end up getting them with Tidebinder. The Changeling is probably getting thrown away to a Subtlety. Okay. I don't have to actually play it, I just have to threaten to play it, so. And if they don't do anything, then I can play a Changeling next turn. Interesting. Okay. Uh, this one might actually be worth putting on Elemental because if we're going to end up hard casting Subtlety, that could matter. Okay. No, this was also a mistake. I should have played the Changeling for. Well, okay, it's close because if I was gonna play Hexcatcher, then I should have put the Changeling in. I am committed to playing Tidebinder now. All right. Well, we kind of want Island Walk Lord now, so they have another, like, outburst, then it's not great, but... At some point, we're going to need Island Walk to help us, so... That's just how this is going to work. Sure. It's a little bit late for that. Oh, yeah, they don't have any blue mana up to counter this, so... I guess just pass. Like, their attacks at the moment are not terribly good. We are kind of banking on that Lord of Atlantis now, so... Ironically, this thing having flying might actually be relevant, but... Yeah. Alright, let's see what they got. I mean, if they just try to play like a Murktide or something, I would just Subtlety it and, like, probably be okay. I mean, they played Otawara instead of, like, actually using its effects, so that leads me to believe that Murktide might be coming into the equation. And I mean, if we do find the Island Walk Lord, we basically just win, so there is that. Brotherhood's End is not good for us, because it's going to kill all of our creatures, so I have to throw things away to it now. I guess I'm just going to keep the Tidebinder. Fuck, we had the Lord here too. Alright, well... That's going to get Island Walk now. We actually just lose. Alright. Yeah, it was not great on the draw. Alright. Alright, well, we did what we could with that, but... Yeah, I don't know, it worked out a little bit weird. Like, probably like should have played the Changeling into the Hexcatcher for their first rhinos, and then it would have been a little bit better protected, I think, from there. I kind of committed myself to playing Tidebinder because I messed up, so... Sorry. I mean, if we find Chalice, that just makes our life way easier. I mean, Spell Pierce also tends to as well. Alright, come on. This one gets us to 4-1 if we can win, so... I don't know what's taking them so long. This should not be this difficult. Alright. Lovely. We are on the play. We have Pierce. Probably keep this. I don't know. Like, it's not really doing that. It's not, like, incredibly impressive. It's okay. It's really bad if something happens to the vial, though. Oh, you played him in the challenge, huh? Alright. If they, like, Tidebind the challenge, if they Tidebind the vial, it's, like, not great for us, so... Alright, what are we doing here? This, I think, is a mistake. I don't feel like they should be fetching until the end of our turn for this. Because they just made our creature now a 2-2. Force of Vigor. I actually really would like this not to go away. Fucking Force of Negation, pitching Mystical Dispute. Okay, well, they have, like... Interesting. Alright, so they got rid of a lot of stuff here. How did he know to do this? That's like... Is he, like, fucking watching my stream? What the hell? There's, like, no way that you should be going that hard, like, double pitch spell like this. This is ridiculous. How? I actually, like, I don't believe that. That's... unreal. I can't possibly imagine how you would know to, like, literally use 2 pitch spells on the turn. I didn't even miss a land drop. Like, how do you know that without looking? Like, I find that so incredibly difficult to believe. Well, it might not matter, because we may end up winning regardless. We did at least find a land here, but... They put a card on top, so, like, they're probably going to have their rhinos, so... Ugh. I don't know, that is insane. Sure. Do we have Shardless or do we have Outburst? Shardless. Now they are going for Outburst here, okay. Why do it, like, now? Like, how do you know I don't have Force of Negation for this? So I could just attack him for 5, like... I feel like I have to. Alright, we're probably just going to need to draw another Lord and hope for the best, so... And if they try to play, like, an actual creature, then we need to Subtlety it. Like, main phasing the Outburst does not make sense when you're playing against a deck that typically plays Force of Negation, except in this very particular instance, I have Spell Pierce, which would have been actually... The correct thing for him to do would have been to do it on my upkeep, but if I had Spell Pierce, that would have been bad. Sure, of course you have that. What am I supposed to do about that? Nothing. I don't know, like, this game just, like, feels weird to me. Where the fuck were you last turn? Alright, what do I need to have happen here? I need to play Tidebinder into a, I need to have, like, Lord of Atlantis here. Okay, well, if they had Outburst, they would have used it and just tried to win. If they have a burn spell and I play, like, I have to go for this and just draw the Lord, because if I don't, then I'm dead, so... If they have a burn spell, I'm dead anyway, so... Again, unless they decide now they want to play around Force of Negation, they could do it on my upkeep, which would probably make them lose to Spell Pierce, so... I don't know. Like, if they wait till my turn, okay, no, they just have Mystical Dispute, then... Okay, sure. That just does it too. Alright, well, I don't think we were gonna get there. Alright, well, it wasn't meant to be. That game was, like, incredibly stacked against us, so... I don't know. They had, like, every fucking thing in the last game. Like, they went, like, Force of Vigor, pitching, and Force of Negation. They pitched a Mystical Dispute, drew another Mystical Dispute, and, like, still, yeah, had the Cascade and the removal. Like, sure, great, awesome. I mean, I guess that's fine. Well, what we did not really see is, like, this card didn't really do a whole lot for us, so oops, I accidentally removed one. Yeah, I clicked on it. Yeah, I don't think Pilgrimage really did a whole lot, so if anything, it makes me more inclined to just put, like, Trickster back in this slot, so because Trickster still would have been a lot better versus stuff like Rhinos. And it also would have been better against what was the other deck? Like, I guess technically against the mill deck, it'd be better to just or tap the crabs. It would have been way better against the zoo deck. So yeah, and yeah, if we're getting Trickster back in here, that means we don't need the Changeling. We can just put, like, Speakers back in instead, which are better 1-drop because they're a 2/2 more often. So yeah, I mean that's just that feels like that's probably the way to go here. Like, this did nothing for us really. I mean, the interactive spells seem like they're probably fine. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the shell seems like this is okay, but I think yeah, we don't have any matches where, like, this actually was better than Trickster, so I'm thinking I'm just gonna go back to the other side, but I don't know, Simic Merfolk, it's still fine, so we're going to continue to play it. But yeah, it's a little bit rough because I feel like we should have had the Rhinos match, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like this deck has a good chance against them, but just did not come together today, so which is fine. That we can do better. I think the Cometa Speaker in general will be a little bit better than Changeling because being a 2/2 means that like the removal is a little bit worse against it. There's not as many X1s. I don't like the fact that this is an X1. It's only really being played here to enable this, and like if this isn't really good against the decks we're playing against, then there's no reason to play this either. So yeah, that's the direction I would say. Cenote Scout, like, if it's a 1/1, it means it drew you a card, so if they're using removal against it, they're actually going down on cards, and I'm totally fine with them going down on cards against our 1-drop, so, okay. Yeah, that's all I got, so we will probably stream some Golden Sun maybe tomorrow, and, I don't know, I might do another Merfolk stream, like, later this week, too. I do want to get in some more practice with this, so we'll see. That's all I got for now, though. So everybody, thank you for watching. And if you go to the replay on YouTube and click thumbs up, that would be awesome. So we've been back to doing this, and I got to get in some reps for playing in Philly. So that's where we're at. So all right, I'll see you next time. Thank you, everybody. Take it easy.